policy of Bank of Japan. Maybe you guys were born around here. I don't know. When were these guys born? 1989, maybe? Around here? So you guys actually were born at near the peak of the bubble economy in Japan. Congratulations. I mean, as a baby, you probably didn't know. But after that, the Japanese economy went downhill like this. So why are these phenomena happening? Well, Tetsuo Ishikawa, in my is Ishikawa here? No? Oh yeah, oh no, he's not here. Anyway, we are studying something similar to the bubble phenomenon in cortical dynamics. These are the so-called hidden figures in variable contrast images. Can you tell what are in these black and white figures? Some of these figures are pretty difficult to tell. When we conducted a kind of math class experiment earlier, and after 5 minutes, for example, this figure, only 7% of people could answer correctly. So these figures are hard enough. But anyway, when you have the correct answer, the brain momentarily goes into a bubble economy kind of activities. And this was studied by Rodriguez et al. In the laboratory of Francisco Varela. Francisco Varela was a very wonderful individual. Takashi and I used to know him very well. He is not with us, sadly, but anyway, they found that there is this transient long-range correlation, synchronization across cortical areas in the brain, just like in the bubble economy. When you realize what is in this figure, this figure is probably easier. There's a woman's face in this figure. Can you tell? There's a woman, profile of a woman, like the Marilyn Monroe figure. Marilyn Monroe, this figure. If you realize, when you realize that there's this woman's face, your brain goes into a temporary synchronization state. Very briefly, as you can tell from here, it lasts for about 100 milliseconds. So there's this burst of neural activities, and then nothing. So there is a state similar to the bubble economy in the brain. So why do they happen? That is a very interesting phenomenon, and I will come to that later in this lecture. Now, as I said, these transient phenomena or contingency in general is a direct result of the network structure in the brain. You can nowadays tell how the brains are connected using a technique called dynamic tensor diffusion imaging. DTTI, diffusion tensor imaging. And these are the connections that were elucidated for the human brain. And if you look at this network as a connection of local networks and also interconnections between local networks, you can say for sure what is going to happen in the local network. But it is so difficult to say what is going to happen in the distant network. For example, we have a very good idea what is going to happen in this classroom, right? Because we are forming a local network here. But we can simply not tell what Yukio Hatoyama is doing, for example. What the ex-prime minister is doing at this moment. But we don't care because we are not connected with Yukio Hatoyama. But if we are connected to Yukio Hatoyama, like in the brain, then we would care. But there's no way we can tell what Yukio Hatoyama is going to do in the next few minutes. So there are these, local connections, they make things predictable, but also on the long distance connections, things are getting difficult to predict. You get the idea? So, this kind of network structure necessitates the existence of regular and irregular things. And similar studies have been done on the monkey brain. This is a study by Hani et al. In 2007. If you're interested, you can check out how they study the structural connectivity as well as the functional and effective connectivity. Effective connectivity referring to the information transfer. And these matrices, they represent each different cortical area. They study how these different cortical areas are connected. So they are basically studying the network structure. And again, this kind of network structure necessitates the existence of contingency state. Do you have any questions up to here? Takashi, do you have any comments or questions?
Well, I have several questions.
Yeah.
One of my questions, maybe people puzzled with your argument is that what's the relationship between contingency and all these sort of territorial disputes?
Oh. What is it? Well, it will be difficult to answer the question unless you model the detailed process of taking over these territories.
Why you come up with this one? I didn't think it's something kind of uncertainty or contingency.
I believe so. Because international law brings some regularities into this kind of system. But on the other hand, there are many if you have this idea that according to the international law, every region must be, the correspondent, which nation has the right to which area. You tend to think that by applying international law, this kind of thing can be answered. This kind of question can be answered in an all or none basis, right? So when we have territorial disputes with Korea, for example, we have this idea that either one of the party is cheating. But I don't think that is the case. I think there are some inherent uncertainties in the international law, which kind of determines the territories of the nations. So in that sense, I think there's some contingency in territorial laws.
Well, I thought, when making the constitution in UK, right?
Yeah.
The very important things are written. Therefore, they are ready for some kind of contingency. That's what I was talking about. So when you come up with this international law, probably these laws are ready for unpredictable situations, right? So they are not going to determine everything with explicit rules, the guidance.
Right.
So even though they have this kind of synchronization or sort of big the chaos situation is coming up, right? Are you claiming that this sort of this dispute between countries due to the international laws or due to something else which is hidden in?
I think it's a mixture of things. Yeah.
So you're saying that because of this international law, this kind of crisis is happening?
Yeah, because
it's not due to the human nature.
No, I don't think so. Because of some contingencies in international laws. I think, and it'll be quite interesting. Maybe it can be our nature. Seriously, it'll be very interesting to model this kind of thing.
Yeah.
Would you agree? Yeah. Why are there so many territorial disputes? Why there are so many? If territorial disputes are kind of anomalies, why do they exist in such a high frequency? So it should be something that is inherent in international laws or international politics.
But on the other hand, right, as you may know, the newborn babies, right? I think they're one of the first the characteristics of the newborn babies probably is the ownership, the sense of ownership.
Yeah, that's right.
Is one of the outstanding structures. So when babies try to interact with other babies, probably one of the first things that they want to do is, this is my appearance, right? This is my bottle of appearance. And those kind of the sense of ownership and claiming which one is it belonging to which is, I think, is very, very fundamental nature of human being.
Yeah, I agree.
So, in that sense, maybe if this sort of international dispute is caused by that human, very fundamental nature, and then it's the international law is nothing to do with this one. But it's more to do with the human nature that the claiming ownership.
So as I said, I think it's a mixture of things, and so I think both the international law and both of the human nature.